All right, so RTG did a 100-yard rush. C2 is the winner, followed by C1 and C3. First one up is Terminal Jones Jr. And we have Florida State and Ohio State, and the winner will be Florida State. Joshua Moore is up next. Penn State with a big lead over Texas A&M and Syracuse. It will not be the Orangemen. It is Penn State. Nick Townsend. We have Texas and Alabama neck and neck, and it is Alabama with the win. Armstrong is a solo commit to Texas. So next we have Gideon Davis. California, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, all on there. It's not Bama. It is not Tennessee. It is California. Very nice. Dalen Taylor. We have Penn State, Georgia, Georgia Tech. It is not going to be the Institute. It will be Penn State. Quincy Porter. We have California with lead over Alabama and Georgia Tech. It is not the Institute again. It is California. Good week. St. Longstreet is more than 6. So we'll go over here. And we have Michigan, Texas A&M, Georgia, Penn State, Syracuse, California, and Florida State. And your winner will be Syracuse. Big win for the Orangemen. So Keelan Russell. We have Alabama, Texas, Florida State, Syracuse, Texas A&M, and Ohio State. It is not Ohio State, not Florida State, not Bama. It is Syracuse with back-to-back quarterbacks. Wow. And next is Julian Lewis. We have the Institute, Penn State, Georgia, and Tennessee. And it's not the Vols. It's not the Institute. It will be the Bulldogs. We're getting Lewis. All right, so let's jump over to C1. Let's generate our winners. Actually, I already generated our winners before the show because I had a couple errors on my first run through this, and so I had to go ahead and generate them and make sure there was no errors first. So the first thing we got, excuse me, I'm gonna get a sip of water here. We have Antoine Hill. We have USC, Florida, and Arizona State. It is not Arizona State. It will be USC. Now we have Rogers, who Arizona State's leading over SMU, and it will be Arizona State. Dalen McCutcheon, we have Oklahoma as the leader here. And we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys here. All those are more than 6, so we'll do these over here. The first one up is McCutcheon, SMU, LSU, Washington, Miami, UCLA, Pittsburgh, and Oklahoma. And our winner is UCLA. And Andrew Marsh, we have Miami, SMU, UNC, Stanford, Florida, Pittsburgh, LSU, and Oklahoma. And the winner is Oklahoma. Next we have Longstreet over here committing. LSU, Pittsburgh, Miami, USC, and Stanford, UCLA, and SMU. Our winner is, and just a heads up on here, here was a failed secret visit by LSU this week. Last week, LSU did a secret visit on Longstreet. They lost, so he did not get those recruiting points, but SMU got that 100 bonus. That's how he got the lead there. And the winner will be LSU. It didn't matter. They must have saw something now in the coach they liked. All right, so Keelan Russell, we have USC, Arizona, Oklahoma, UNC, Pittsburgh, LSU, Miami, SMU, and Stanford. Our winner is SMU. All right, Lockett, Arizona State, Florida, SMU, Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, UNC, Miami, and Stanford. The winner will be Miami. And then French, LSU, Washington, Pittsburgh, Miami, USC, Florida, Arizona State, UNC, and UCLA. Our winner is Miami with back-to-back wins. And we'll finish this up. Harlem Berry, or Dallas Wilson, I mean. Stanford, Miami, UNC, SMU, and Washington. It is not SMU. It is not Stanford. It is UNC. Harlem Berry is next. We have LSU with the lead over Arizona State, Washington, and Pittsburgh. It is not Pittsburgh. It is not LSU. It is Arizona State with the win. And last but not least is Ryan Williams. We have UNC, Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, Miami, and LSU all here. And it is not going to be Pittsburgh, not Oklahoma, and will be Miami with a really big week this week, picking up a couple of receivers. All right, so let's jump over to C3. First one we have is Byron Lewis. We have Oregon, Rice, USF, and Michigan State. Not going Michigan State, not Oregon. Our winner is USF. Kelly Smith Jr. We have Oregon, Rice, Wisconsin, and that's it. So it's not going to be Wisconsin. It will be Oregon. Alvin Henderson is a solo commit to Auburn. Chroma is a more than 6. So we have Maryland, USF, Michigan State, Colorado, Duke, Rice, and Auburn. And our winner is Auburn. Bo Jackson. We have 3 teams, Wisconsin, Oregon, and Maryland here. Will not be Maryland, it is Wisconsin. Oops. Ole Miss just won Miles. I hit the wrong button here. Drew Miles is going to Ole Miss. Derek Meadows, we have Oregon, Colorado, Ole Miss, and Wisconsin here. Will not be Wisconsin. It is not Oregon. It is Colorado. Taylor. We have Wisconsin and Missouri. Wisconsin with a slight lead over Missouri, and it will be Wisconsin. All right, Mr. Deuce Knight. We have Missouri, Vanderbilt, and Auburn. And Auburn did not hit the threshold here. Need 13%. So our winner will be Missouri. Vernell Brown III. We have Oregon, Ole Miss, Duke, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Missouri. It is not Mizzou, not Michigan State, not Oregon. It will be Duke. French is more than 6. So we have Duke, Michigan State, USF, Rice, Ole Miss, Missouri, and Wisconsin, and our winner will be Missouri. And then St. Clair, we have Colorado, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Michigan State, Duke, and Ole Miss all in here. Sorry, Ole Miss, not going to be Duke, not Colorado, and it will be Michigan State. All right, so that is week 1 in the books. Just a quick rundown of visits so everybody knows what to expect here, give a little bit more guidance. Visits, you get your players over here. When this drop down will happen is when your players over here, your eligible players, those are all players that have 100 points on them. So when you get 100 points, you'll be eligible for that visit. So all you have to do is choose their name from the list here. So we'll do Bryce Baker, for example, and then all the visits that you have. This is on GM, but you'll have your coach, your OC, PCs here, and you just choose which one you want to use. Make sure that you only, when you select one, you use this line and don't add them to a different line. So I wouldn't want to add Bryce Baker again. down here and do another visit, because if I do that, it's only going to recognize the top one, so whatever's the first on the list, and it won't recognize that second one, so I wouldn't get any points there for that second visit. Just remember, you get one visit, one coach visit, one OC, and one PC per player, and you can only use one visit per week. So visit 1 would be whatever that is, and then the next week you get another, and so on and so forth. If you need more visits, I can add those on there too. Your secret visit, the way that one works is when you do a secret visit, you have to let us know that you're doing a secret visit. And and the team you're playing has to be bidding on that player as well. The reason for that is if you lose on the secret visit, the other team gets points. So if they're not bidding on that player, those points are kind of wasted. So you have to be going against that player. That team has to be bidding on the same player that week too. So that's just kind of one of those things I was thinking of. If you had a big game between two teams, one of the teams is like, hey, come on, visit, and hopefully they win. If they win, they have that more advantage of getting there. But if they lose, then guess what? The other team may get that advantage. Rivalry, that's going to be the last week of the season. You can use that one. Same thing. If you win, you get 50 points. If you lose, you get 25. And then your official visits are going to be weeks 4 and 8. So you get 5 visits each time. So 5 visits in week 4, 5 visits in week 8. And then if you win that week, you get 50 points and 25 for a loss each time. And then the champ will be whoever wins the league will get that visit as well. All right, so that is RTG. As we go ahead and get your points in, don't forget to use your visits. Thanks.